First of all, I wanted to ask you about the UK's decision to suspend some arms sales to Israel. What's your reaction to that?
It's a step in the right direction. It's partial. We wanted it to be comprehensive, in line with the UK government obligations and responsibilities under international law and domestic law, which meant a full arms embargo. However, they took in a good step in the right direction to begin the process of the full implementation of international law. The law is very clear. Israel is in breach of the very basic provision of international law, and therefore all third parties, as per the ruling of the International Court of Justice, must cease immediately any substantial or even partial help in the arena of military, financial, political, or legal. Otherwise, all these third parties would be complicit. So we will be working with the British government to build on this step towards a full arms embargo, towards sanctioning the illegal settlement and all institutions implicated in the illegal occupation, and we will build on this.
So you said you're going to be working with the UK government. How will you be working with them to try and encourage them to suspend more arms sales?
Through direct conversations. This morning I had a lengthy, productive conversation with the foreign minister for the Middle East, and every day we have engagements, but also through the parliament, through the civil society, the various components of the British public, and you may have followed how much support we have now in the British public opinion that is manifested in the demonstrations and the actions all over the country. Hundreds of thousands of people that has been consistent over the months, demanding an immediate and permanent ceasefire, demanding arms embargo, demanding sanctions, and demanding recognition of the state of Palestine. So we have the British people. Now we need to translate that into the decision-making process with the government.
Let me ask you this. I mean, the concern for you, of course, is the safety of Palestinians in Gaza. Israel has said that this arms suspension will only embolden Hamas.
Well, Israel says whatever it wants to say, but the fact is this arms partial embargo is 76 years overdue. Had we employed such measures long ago, Israel would not have gone all the way to a genocidal aggression on Gaza. And this is not what I say only. This is what the international judicial system is saying now.
And therefore, what we heard from Benjamin Netanyahu certainly antagonised him. He said the UK's decision is shameful and misguided. I guess the question is, does this make the idea of a ceasefire even harder to reach?
In fact, if any hope we have is to create a leverage with Netanyahu, because yesterday he stood there and he demolished any hope for a ceasefire, for exchange of hostages, for anything. He just stood there in a very delusional manner and gave all the red lines, which means he wants an open-ended aggression. Therefore, the only way to rein in this unhinged Netanyahu and what his army and settlers are doing right now in the West Bank, as per the report we just saw, the only way is sanctions. The only way is to stop giving him the tools that he commits all these war crimes with. The only way is to make sure that he has the full force of international law and international actors.
Okay, Husam Zomlot, thank you very much for joining me in the studio.